Hello, welcome to Talk 1260 KTRC, the Humanity Behind the Vanity. You're listening to Dr. Daniel Ronel. I'm here with my wife, Betsy.
Yes.
We have Dr. Rita Dodge, our friend.
Rita, not reader.
Rita.
Rita Dodge.
She's on call tonight, so she's anxiously looking at her pager because at any minute somebody could go into labor.
Yeah, she has a patient that's
We were
in
just
labor
talking
now.
about how the last time that happened, she was driving through a blizzard.
That's right. What doctors do. You see, doctors are not as bad as you all make them out to be. They're actually worth their salt. Exactly. They risk life and limb, and you know, you guys have taken everything away from the doctors. They ain't so bad.
That's not true. Not everybody thinks doctors are bad.
A lot of people do. Because there are a lot of bad doctors out there, but we happen to have two exemplary ones sitting right here.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good. So
Right.
Thanksgiving's coming up.
Yes, it
Let's
is.
talk about food.
Okay, good. Yeah, we've got the food doctor here. That's not what she does, but you know.
Well, that's a big part of
That's a
what I
big
try to
part.
talk about
Yeah.
with people.
All right, good. So what do you think? How can people not overdo it so they don't have that nasty guilt that we all have after Thanksgiving? And where can they get the most local and natural, healthy, fresh resources for their feast?
Yeah.
What do you think?
You know, well, I mean, at the risk of sounding kind of, obvious,
Okay.
people can choose to eat less. I mean, I think maybe some of it might be an attitude or a way you think about it too, because so many people go into the holidays with an assumption that they're going to overeat.
Right.
They automatically think that that's almost a required thing, that
Right.
it's not Thanksgiving if you don't, push back from the table and go, ooh.
Right, right.
And it's not a requirement, you know? I mean, if you try to think more about what's it about, why do we have Thanksgiving? It's to give thanks, it's
Right.
to be with each
It's
other.
not to be a glutton.
No,
Right.
no, it's to be with family and to celebrate, the origins of it, with the early Americans getting together with the Native Americans
Yes.
and sharing food together.
Right.
And I kind of doubt they were stuffing their faces because there were hard times,
They're probably starving.
I mean, a lot
Yeah.
of the early Americans wouldn't have survived if the Native Americans hadn't brought them food.
Exactly.
shared with
Exactly. Something
You're
we
big
all
on
need to remember.
portion control.
Yes.
That's,
What? Oh, I am?
You're big on
That's
it.
the way I manage my weight.
Yeah.
Portion control.
Yeah, she got us dishes that are smaller
Right.
than the huge dishes.
Right.
No, absolutely. A lot of people don't realize that. If you go to buy a house, let's say, that's old and has a 60s kitchen,
Right.
and you try to put your
Yes.
plates
Yeah,
of these
right,
days
yeah.
in
Yeah,
it,
we
they
talked
don't
about this,
fit,
right?
really?
We have
Yeah.
that house from the 50s, my kitchen's from the 50s, and he had some larger plates.
Yeah.
They don't fit.
No.
So I bought normal size plates.
Right.
Or it was a normal size plate.
Yeah.
It's very
It-
funny.
But it's so true.
Yeah.
Your brain also, when a plate is full of food and half full of food,
Yeah.
no matter what the size of the plate is, you
You will finish it, or
Yeah.
try to. But the sight of a massive plate full of food makes me sick. I mean, I'm just not a food person. I love food, good food, natural foods and local foods, but I am not, that's not how I treat my problems. I bite my nails.
Yeah.
That's my problem.
But still, you realize that if you want to maintain a good weight, a healthy weight, where you
Yes.
feel your best,
Yes.
you still have to pay attention.
All the time. Yeah, I mean, my weaknesses are ice creams and cakes and cookies. I could put away 2 pints of Haagen-Dazs ice cream or Ben & Jerry's or one of the nice ones in Whole Foods, no problem.
yeah, those are single serving sizes.
To me they are, yeah. I could eat a whole cake in one sitting and not get sick. Regular food, I'm like, oh, okay, enough. It's easy for me to control my food portions.
Yeah.
Not easy for me to control my dessert portions, but I do take an active way in doing it, an active
Maybe one
measure.
thing some people can do, with Thanksgiving coming up, is focus on eating less of the dessert and more of the protein and
I don't think
vegetables.
Thanksgiving's
and
that
that
much
sort of
about dessert. I think it's just that they overeat. I mean, you eat lots of turkey, you eat too much stuffing, you eat, too many vegetables. I doubt that, but too much gravy on your stuff. But
Yeah, well, and what I've been trying to tell my patients these days too is that it's better to eat higher quality, so pay more for your food, eat higher
Right.
quality, and eat less of it.
exactly, it'll be equal in the end.
Right,
Right.
exactly. So that fits with not wanting to overeat as well. If
Right.
you're going to pay good money for your food, then you kind of value it a little bit more.
Right.
It's sort of that supersize me kind of thing. You go to McDonald's and suddenly you can get a huge giant Coke instead
Right.
of a small Coke,
Right.
and it's like, why not? I can get it. It's fairly cheap.
Right.
But
And
you
I'll drink it.
Exactly, but
Right.
instead you should think, no, let's value it more, value the food,
Right.
pay good money for local, healthy, fresh food.
Right.
Where can
And then
you get a good turkey?
Well, we were talking about, getting local fresh turkeys, and I get mine from Pollo Real, which is the only, local I shouldn't say only local pasture-fed chicken operation.
Yes.
But I shouldn't say the only turkey operation. So
Right.
I get mine from them because I'm part of their CSA.
Right.
We talked about before.
And you don't have to be, because I am not, and I just recently inquired, and they said, absolutely, you can get one, come to the farmer's market any Saturday morning to our booth.
Right, exactly.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Right, the CSA members get first pick.
Exactly.
But then other people can buy the turkeys they have left over, and they
Right.
still do have some. And they're always there at the farmer's market every Saturday.
Yeah, they're very nice.
They're wonderful people. It's a great family-run operation that's down in Socorro.
That's nice.
But there's also Talus Wind Ranch, which is in Galisteo, just down
I've heard
from
of
me
this.
from El Dorado.
Yes.
Yeah, and they do turkeys. They don't do chickens, but they do turkeys, and they do rabbits, and they do lamb.
Oh,
And we buy half a lamb from them every year as
I
well.
want to buy,
And you freeze the rest?
And we freeze the
I want
rest.
to buy into that,
Can you-
that cow.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
It's still
Right,
available.
you can buy
Yes.
part
Yes,
of
it is. Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Can you buy less than a whole turkey?
From any of these places? I doubt
Yeah,
it.
like we couldn't deal with a whole turkey.
Well, but what do you mean you can't deal with
I mean,
the whole
we could.
turkey?
Listen, we could deal with the whole turkey.
Okay, fine.
Even
Yeah,
not
yeah,
getting
we're
into the
gonna
dogs.
freezers full of
No,
kids' food.
Right, no, but the dogs are eating well. I mean, that's my thing. Is we were going to order a breast like we always do from Whole Foods.
Yeah.
And, get the organic, grass-fed ones that they have there.
Right.
Although this year I don't think they have grass-fed. They just have organic. Their selection has changed.
Mm-hmm.
Or we could go to Pollo Real and just, maybe get a small turkey.
I was gonna say they do have them down to I think around the 8 to 9 pound range, which is not
That's good.
huge.
No, that's about what we need.
And you can save a little bit.
Right.
You can.
I just don't eat turkey, the brown meat on turkey. That's just my thing. I only eat the white meat.
Is it because you don't like the brown meat, or is it because you think it's fat and all that kind of thing?
Both.
Okay, so you really need to rethink how you think about
Okay.
brown meat when you're talking about grass-fed local
Interesting.
meat. Yes.
Do tell, because I know I'm not the only one. Okay,
No,
yeah.
and it's funny because most Americans tend to prefer the white meat,
Right.
and it's also partly because they're so used to the way we grow chickens and turkeys in this country, which is a whole story in itself.
Disgusting
In the way
story.
we raise these huge-breasted birds to have giant breasts, and then they can't walk and they fall over.
Right.
It's
Awful.
really horrific. Anybody who wants to know about it couldn't watch that movie, Food Inc.
Right.
Right,
Excellent
and that
movie.
talks a little bit about it. But
Yeah.
so we're so kind of culturated to like that white meat, and
Yes.
the local birds that are grass-fed, that are out in the sunshine running around, their
Organic,
brown meat tastes very different than the brown meat.
Interesting.
It's not as greasy, oily. It's not as fat,
Yeah.
and I actually really enjoy it. And I
Really?
used to tend to like white meat more,
Right.
but now I love the brown.
Interesting, because it's a
What-
whole
why
different
is it
world.
brown?
A whole.
It's just like in humans, it's got more mitochondria. or
Uh-huh,
something. Okay.
exactly, because
Well,
it's like
very
that.
healthy.
That's the legs and stuff, right? That are getting more
That's very
activity.
healthy.
It's very.
Maybe we'll be trying.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, maybe
you
we
can go
will.
tomorrow after our. Sorry, we tape this. You can go this morning.
Okay.
You will have gone
Hopefully
this
you
morning.
have already gone, right?
Exactly.
Well, the market's open till 1.
Right.
So.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, for the winter.
It's interesting. Yeah, I mean, we're not talking about the mass farms, if you can even call them a
Interesting.
farm.
Right.
No.
Right. Caged bird.
Yeah, and really, you'll be surprised. It tastes very different.
Interesting.
It's really good for you. Please
Dr.
buy local
Dodge.
birds. Yeah.
Okay, we'll buy it then.
Buy it.
That's our promise to you.
Okay.
We will. I'm going to take a picture of us at the booth or him at the booth tomorrow.
Okay.
Put it on your Facebook.
Right.
There
and
you
then
go.
send it when,
You're committed now.
I'm gonna send you- Okay, I
Santa Fe
happily
knows.
will. Yeah, I happily will.
It's going to be 17 degrees tomorrow.
So what? Why are you so
Tonight.
sensitive about the
Tonight.
weather? I mean, who cares? You got a roof over your head, thank God.
Okay.
Okay.
Gino's telling us we
Wrap
got
it
to
up,
wrap
wrap it up.
Okay, any parting words?
No, buy local.
Okay.
Go buy
Exactly.
bird.
There we
Okay.
go.
Thanks very much for listening.
Thanks,
to,
Dr. Dodge.
Talk
Welcome.
1260 KTRC, the Humanity Behind the Vanity. We'll be right back.
She gonna